My job gives me health insurance. But what if I lose my job? That question right there will have people staying at a job they hate, eating lunch in the parking lot, praying the manager don't say nothing crazy today. Because sometimes it's not the job keeping you there, it's the benefits. Welcome to Insurance Therapy with Sasha, where we talk about the money fears you actually live with, not the cute ones on paper. Today, we're talking about what happens to your health insurance if your job ends. And no, the answer is not automatically, you're just out here uncovered, praying over your deductible. You may have options, but you need to know them before the layoff email, the resignation letter, or the "can we talk for a minute" meeting. Let's start with the big fear. Most people think, if I lose my job, I lose my insurance immediately, and now I'm one sneeze away from bankruptcy. Not always. For many employer plans, your coverage may continue until the end of the month, but that depends on your employer and plan rules. So your first move is simple. Ask HR or check your benefits portal. Do not guess. Guessing is cute for baby shower games, not health insurance. When your job-based coverage ends, it may open a special enrollment window where you can choose new coverage. So yes, losing a job is stressful, but you are not powerless. You just cannot ignore the paperwork like it's a gym membership you forgot to cancel. Now let's talk about your main options. Option number 1, COBRA. COBRA is basically your old job plan saying, you can still sit with us, but now you're paying for the whole table. With COBRA, you may be able to keep the same employer health plan for a limited time. Same plan, same network, possibly same doctors. But here's the part that makes people clutch their pearls. When you were working, your employer may have been paying part of that premium behind the scenes. With COBRA, you may have to pay your part, the employer's part, and sometimes an administrative fee. So COBRA can feel expensive because now you're seeing the full bill. That employer contribution was not a discount fairy. It was real money. COBRA may make sense if you are in the middle of treatment, pregnant, managing a serious condition, or you need to keep certain doctors for a short period. COBRA is usually about continuity, not cheapness. Continuity, meaning, please don't switch my doctors while my body is already acting brand new. Option number 2, marketplace coverage. Your next option may be a marketplace plan through healthcare.gov or your state's marketplace. When you lose job-based coverage, that may trigger a special enrollment period. That means you may not have to wait until the regular open enrollment season. This matters because if your income drops after losing your job, you may qualify for savings that make marketplace coverage more affordable than COBRA. Marketplace coverage is like new plan, maybe new doctors, but possibly a better monthly price. But listen, do not just pick the cheapest plan because it looks friendly. Check the doctors, check the prescriptions, check the deductible, check the copays, check the hospital network. Because a cheap plan that does not cover what you need can turn around and say, surprise! And we do not like surprise bills. We like surprise birthday parties, not surprise medical debt. Option number 3, the risky gap. Now let's talk about the option people whisper, I'm healthy. I'll just go without insurance for a little while. Baby, that is not a plan. That is a gamble wearing a hoodie. You do not schedule accidents. You do not pencil in appendicitis. You do not say, next Thursday at 2 o'clock, I think I'll break my ankle. A short gap might feel harmless if nothing happens, but if something does happen, that gap can become very expensive very fast. So before you go completely uninsured, look at your options. Marketplace plans, COBRA, Medicaid, if your income qualifies, a high deductible plan, something that protects you from the big, ugly bills. Because the goal is not perfect coverage. The goal is not being financially naked in a medical emergency. Now let's make this practical. If you have job-based insurance right now, here's your homework. First, find out when your coverage ends if your job ends. Ask HR, if I resign or get laid off, does my coverage end that day, at the end of the pay period, or at the end of the month? Put the answer somewhere you can find it, not in your junk drawer next to old batteries and expired coupons. Second, know your COBRA estimate. Ask, would I be eligible for COBRA? What might the monthly cost be? How long could I keep it? Even if you never use COBRA, knowing the number keeps you from passing out later. Third, know where to compare marketplace plans. Go to the marketplace and see what plans may look like if your income changes. Do not wait until you are stressed, crying, and trying to create a password you apparently made in 2017. Fourth, build a small benefits cushion. Even 1 month of premium money set aside can give you breathing room. Because panic makes people choose badly, planning gives you options, and options are powerful. Here's the truth. A job can end. A manager can change. A company can downsize. A business can close. But your health still matters. Your kids still matter. Your prescriptions still matter. Your peace still matters. So let's go back to the original fear. My job gives me insurance, but what if I lose my job? Now you know. You may have options. COBRA to keep the same plan for a limited time. Marketplace coverage that may offer savings. Medicaid if your income qualifies. Or a short gap, which is the riskiest choice and should not be treated like a real strategy. The goal is not to live scared. The goal is to know the backup plan before life starts acting funny. Because once you understand your options, you may still choose to stay at the job, but at least fear is no longer driving the car with no license. This is for educational purposes only. Your options depend on your employer, state, income, household, and plan rules. Always speak with HR, healthcare.gov, your state marketplace, or a licensed professional about your specific situation. This is Insurance Therapy with Sasha. Real conversations, bold truths, empowering you to know the difference.